Did you go to school? Probably so. What was your school like? Well, like everybody else's. Right now, we're in a schoolhouse that's not like anybody else's. It was used until 1850, and celebrating 150 years of age right now, and doesn't show too bad. But we're in the schoolhouse at Historic Farm Days at Penfield. Debbie Deremiah is one of the leaders of the Historic Farm Days, and this schoolhouse is pretty close to you, I have a feeling.
Yes, I saw this schoolhouse north of Rantoul in a grove of trees. And every year in the winter, I would see that grove as I was on 45 driving. And I would say to that school, "You belong at Penfield." And then the leaves would come out and I'd forget about it until next winter. And one year I was working out here, and the club tried to buy it, and the family was not interested. But one year Bill Scott was out here. He's an attorney. We were working together at the church tent, and he said, "What else do you want to see out here?" So I told him about my schoolhouse, and he listened to my whole story, and at the end he said, "Well, Debbie, I'm their attorney." So we got the schoolhouse for $10, and it took us $11,000 to move it.
Well, that's probably a pretty good bargain
It was.
based on what you got here.
Mm-hmm.
You got a fascinating replica of a schoolhouse that a lot of grandparents heard their grandparents talk about going to, attending. So what all's fascinating in this schoolhouse that you have?
The first thing is to my left. On the slate blackboard, there are holes worn in the slate, in the rock. There are holes worn there. That's where students had to put their nose if they misbehaved. And not only that, they had to be on their tiptoes until the teacher said they satisfied the behavior problem. And if she saw them relax their legs, she would come around and swat them with a paddle till they stood back up again. There weren't many misbehaving, I don't think, but there are worn holes, different sizes, different heights.
You've also got a lot of other interesting things that really are in a school, but not in any modern school.
Yeah, that's correct. Our maps are old. We have old-style maps. This one here shows the population of the United States in the 1800s, and you don't see anything out west. We have a piano. That teacher would have had to have a good voice to be a teacher. She taught the kids singing, music. She taught so many subjects. We also have pictures that our club members have donated of themselves and others that went to one-room schoolhouses. And I'd like to point out some of them, the boys are barefoot. They had shoes only if their older sibling passed them down to them. And some of the girls are in nice flowered dresses, and that was feed sacks from that their dad got with seed, and mom made their dresses. So those are fascinating pictures too.
We don't have any plumbing in this house, in this schoolhouse, do we?
We have an indoor outhouse. I'd never heard of that before. It doesn't even make any sense. But we have a porcelain pot that is original.
Bottomless.
Yes, it goes right down to the foundation. And the farmer would keep lime in it, and it did not smell.
We're letting people think about that for a moment.
Yes.
You've also got a feather and an inkwell here. And
Yes.
it's right underneath the copy of the Declaration of Independence.
Yes, and there's a picture above of the writer of the Declaration. And I wanted the kids to see that, and then I've mixed up some, it's not ink, it's washable paint, because I know what'll happen. But I've got some goose feathers, turkey feathers, and they're gonna write their names and write a few things, and it'll be a lot of fun for them. Interactive. I like interactive, hands-on learning.
And you will learn a lot about schoolhouses in the 1800s and early 1900s if you come to Historic Farm Days. Runs through Sunday. And make sure you stop by the one-room schoolhouse down on the west end of the showgrounds. I'm Stu Ellis.